Welcome students. Today we'll deal with flower development mechanism. Now this is one of the questions which is asked in CSIR UGC NET exams. So what is flower development? We all know each flowering plant has a flower. But at every point or at every note there is no flowers. There are some points where there is leaves and there are some points where there are flowers. Now every plant has a vegetative shoot, and that vegetative shoot at some points get converted to floral meristem. Once it has got converted to floral meristem, at that point only a flower will develop. Rest of the portion where there is no conversion of vegetative shoot to floral meristem will remain as a vegetative part. Now there are three classes of genes which control this whole mechanism. First is organ identify genes. Now this organ identify genes identifies the floral organs. Second is cadastral gene. It sets the boundary for the organ identity genes. Means it will define which part of the gene will form which part of the flower. Which part of flowers? Basically flowers are divided into four parts: sepals, petals, stamens and carpels. So which part of the organ identify genes will give rise to either sepals or petals, whatever it is. Next type is meristem identity genes. It converts the vegetative shoot to floral meristem. So, what will happen? The meristem identity genes will first activate. It will convert vegetative shoot to floral meristem. Then there will be organ identify genes which will form the floral organs, and the cadastral genes will set the boundaries for all the organs. Now, when we look at this, we find that the shoot meristem, once it has converted to floral meristem or inflorescence meristem, will give rise to flower. Now, this floral organ primordia with individual parts of flower will develop. Now, what are the parts? Now, there are four parts: sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels. First wall, which is the outermost wall, it gives rise to sepals. Next, wall 2 give rise to petals. Third, wall 3 give rise to stamens, that is the male reproductive organ. And fourth is the carpels, which give rise to the female reproductive organ. Now these are some of the genes which are asked in CSI and NET exams, like agamus, epitella, epitellata 2, epitellata 3, constants, circadian clock associated 1. These are some of the genes with the functions or the varieties. Now the ABC model. What is this ABC model? Now there is three genes marked as A, B and C. Now if we look at the table below, we find that we have to read this table vertically. So when we read this table vertically, we find that A gene will give rise to sepals, B and A in combination will give rise to petals, B and C in combination will give rise to stamens, and C alone will give rise to carpels. It means petals and stamens require two genes, B and A, and B and C respectively, while sepals and carpels required only one gene, gene A for sepal and gene C for carpels. Now this is the representation where the whorls are formed: whorl 1, 2, 3 and 4 according to the B genes activity and this. Now B gene is known as epitellata 2 or pistillata, A is known as epitellata 2 and C is known as agamus. So based on this diagram, so students, you have to remember this diagram, and based on this you can easily solve this 4 marks and 2 marks questions which are asked in CSIR UGC NET exams. So the first mutation which we are talking about, that is pistillata 2. Now pistillata or epitellata 2 means there is more deficiency in the genes. There is some mutations. Now the sepals and petals, these two genes are converting to sepals, carpels and carpels. Means gene B was defective in pistillata. So as B is defective, so for gene A will give rise to sepals. In the second part, which was supposed to give rise to petals with the combined action of A and B, here it will give rise to again sepals because B is not present here. Third part, where B and C forms stamens, again B is absent, so C is only present, so it will again give rise to carpels. And last is the C gene, which again give rise to carpels. So it is the mutation of pistillata. Apetillata 2, that is the mutation in gene A. Now if gene A is defective, there is, that is C gene will spread all over the line. So there will be C alone give rise to carpels, C with B will give rise to stamen, again C with B again give rise to stamens, and C alone will give rise to carpels. Now we start with questions. 2011 December, this question was asked for 2 marks. The question is, which of the floral walls is affected by agamous mutation? So we have to first look at this table. Now here you find that agamous along with pistillata is responsible for formation of stamen, whereas only agamous is responsible for formation of carpels. Now if agamous is absent, if it is affected or if it is mutant, then the stamens and carpels can't be formed. So the answer will be stamens and carpels. Now it is very easy. If you remember this table, you can easily solve it. It doesn't require a large amount of time. It will require only minutes if you do the practice. Next question, in 2013 June, it is also asked in 2 marks question. Now here the gene has, they have changed the genes. They have asked about apetillata 3 and pistillata 3. It means B gene is affected. Now if it is B gene is affected, then there won't be any formation of petals and stamens. So what will be affected? Petals and stamens will be affected. 2014 December marks, 4 marks question is asked. Now the following are certain statements regarding the activities of homeotic genes of classes A, B and C involved in the floral organ identity. Now the points they have referred as activity of A alone specifies sepals. Again you need this diagram. Activity of A alone gives rise to sepal. If you see as the column wise, then it is correct. Activity of B alone give rise to petals, it is false. Activity of B and C give rise to stamens, it is true. Activity of C alone gives rise to carpels. So it is very easy and you can easily score 4 marks. Now looking at the fourth statement, you will find that B and statement is false. So the answer will be A, C and D. Now next question, 2015 June 2 marks question. Again it is a direct question. You does not require more than 2 to 3 seconds to answer it. First you read the question. Which one of the following statements above leafy, a regulatory gene of Arabidopsis thaliana, is correct? Now leafy, if you study this floral development, you will find that leafy is a floral meristem identified genes. The rest of the options are leaf expansion, root meristem identified, far red light mediated seedling growth. The answer will be definitely the first option, that is leafy is involved in floral meristem identity. Next question is 2015 December, again a 2 marks question. Again it is a very easy question. Look at the question. Floral organ development is controlled by overlapping expression of A, B and C in different worlds. In an Arabidopsis mutants, the flowers have, now look at this diagram. Flowers have sepals, petals, carpels and carpels in the four walls. They have given the situation where a mutation has occurred and the result is sepal, carpel and carpel. Now sepal with sepal, second word is supposed to be a petal, but here it is a sepal. Now if you look at the diagram clearly, then you will find that only a gene is required for formation of sepal. So if the second part, in the second world, if in case of petals, if there is sepals, means B gene is mutated. Now in third world, there should be stamens if B plus C is there, but if it has formed carpels, means B is again muted. So what type of phenotypic mutation is present? B gene alone. So the answer will be second, B class gene alone. Now this is 2017 December 2 marks question. The question is based on ABC model flower development, loss of class A activity. Class A activity has been lost, result in the formation of only stamens and carpels. Means there is full A is mutated, which has been replaced by C. We suppose that B and C are formed, and B and C in combination forms carpels, stamens and carpels. So it is the repetition of one of the previous questions. So this is for you to solve. If you face any problem and if you find this type of questions in any other years of CSIR net, you can definitely share it in this share in the comments. I will, if you face any problem, I will solve it for you, and this question is for you to solve. Thank you.